a journey into sound. Here we go again.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Mix Reviews podcast. Each week, the three of us review an album that's out there on Spotify. I'm Brendan,
I'm Liam.
And I'm Ross.
and today we're going to review Fall Out Boy's Save Rock and Roll. Oh, a little bit of background information on Fall Out Boy. They're an American rock band formed in Willamette, Illinois, in the suburbs of Chicago in 2001. They currently consist of their vocalist and guitarist Patrick Stump, bassist Pete Wentz, guitarist Joe Troshman, and drummer Andy Hurley. Save the Rock and Roll is their first album since the most recent release in 2008, after which they went on a short hiatus. This album was released in April 2013, and the music featured on this album contains elements of, general pop rock, alternate rock, and pop punk. There's also a bit of electronic in there. So there's a bit of it's a bit of something for everyone. There is rock ballads in there as well. And the interesting thing about this particular album is that each song has a music video, and when you string all the music videos together, it sort of forms a little mini-series depicting the band's adventures after they're kidnapped by a rebel group who are in a way against music and against rock, hence the name Save Rock and Roll. One song that I particularly liked for this album was The Phoenix. I have a weakness for that type of giant orchestral music, and that's how this album started. It started out strong with The Phoenix, a very big giant violin orchestra, starting out the entire album. Well, The Phoenix was inspired by Soviet Russian composer Dmitry Stakovich and drum loops, both of which the Patrick Stump was interested in at one point during the recording process. You guys heard the album, and what do you guys think?
I loved it. I was a bit of a fan of Fall Out Boy before, but the whole emo thing kind of wore on me a bit. One thing I do want to point out, though, the short hiatus that Brandon mentioned was about 5 years. So, depends on your definition of short, I guess. That'd be short for, like, the Rolling Stones. But, yeah, I loved it. The first few tracks kind of sound like a mesh of... And I said this on Twitter to someone the other day. Like, Imagine Dragons, like, post Minutes to Midnight Linkin Park, and... well, Fall Out Boy, I guess. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it, and yeah, I would definitely recommend this to people, because it's awesome.
Ross?
Well, I, on the other hand, remember listening to Fall Out Boy when they first came out, and just not being a fan in general, just because I wasn't into music in that regard that way back then. So listening to this album, I was hoping to hear something different, but I found that it was an average, very mediocre type album. It didn't really get me going or anything like that. There was one song that actually stood out, and it was Alone Together. It's probably the first one that went on randomly, and actually was listening to it, and I listened to it a few more times just because I liked the way that it was going. But overall, not my cup of music. It was just too average. It didn't stick out too much for me. It wasn't bad that I'm absolutely gonna hate it. But personally, this is more of an album that you guys are definitely going to like.
Yeah, it is one of those where there's like Brandon said, there's a bit of everything, something for everybody. There's everything for somebody. Yeah, my personal favourite, I think, was... I'm just trying to find it, because I'm thinking of the track numbers. My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark. Yeah, it's just really like pumped up song. Yeah, and I was listening to this like on my way to work for like the last week. So yeah, it was definitely good for getting you pumped up.
Well, at least you're listening to it while you're on your way to work. I mean, I was listening to another one while I was on my way to church, and the start of the first verse of the song is, "I think of angels choking on their halos, getting drunk on rose water." Not exactly the type of music you're walking into church,
Yeah. Uh,
but still.
if we're gonna
We've
talk,
done worse.
yeah, yeah, we have. Pretty sure we have, yeah. If we're gonna talk about favorite lyrics, though, hands down, my favorite lyric on the album is on the Phoenix. Well, not the Phoenix, but Phoenix. Um, I'm gonna change you like a remix and raise you like a phoenix. And that's how it goes.
I'm gonna change you like a remix, then raise you like a phoenix.
Yeah. That like it sounds like a throwaway line, but it just sounds really good to me. I don't know. I like wordplay. So like yeah, you mess about with words and what they mean versus what they sound like in other words that sound the same but mean something completely different. And yeah, I generally love that. So big thumbs up for that because there's some of that on this album.
Well, yeah, you got that on the album.
I mean,
Sorry, Ross.
overall, I mean, it's a good album, but everybody has a little bit different taste when it comes to what they
Yeah.
define as emo music. Emo is a very branching term, kind of like Visual K.
Well, yeah, but Fall Out Boy were one of the first major emo bands. Like they were up there with My Chem and like Panic at the Disco, and around that era, Green Day. So they were kind of like one of the major emo bands back when emo was a thing, and then they all like burned out, went on a hiatus for 5 years, and then came back and just rocked it. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Then anything else to that?
No, I just hope that when they release another album, hopefully it'll catch my attention some more.
Yeah, things. I mean, they have released an EP since this. I can't remember what it's called though. Just give me a sec. Pax Am Days, or PAXAM Days, I guess. It's only about quarter of an hour long. But yeah, I still need to listen to that, I guess. But I probably do we do like out of 10 ratings on this, or I can't remember if that's a thing that we agreed on.
Not for this one.
That's what we had created. We created an out of 10 rating system.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go with 8. No, 9, because ever since Brandon said, "Hey, let's do this one this week," I've been like, "Okay." And I've had like 2 or 3 albums that I've wanted to listen to this week that came out, and I've not. Like, I've been waiting for these albums, and it's just been Fall Out Boy.
Ah, bitch.
Yeah. Simultaneously, screw you and thank you, because you're a douche.
A douche with good taste in music.
Yeah, but a douche nonetheless.
Of course.
What did you rate it, Ross?
So I believe that would do it for me, calling it a 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna call it 6.
No, each to his own.
And Brandon?
I'm gonna give it a 7 or an 8. Some songs didn't really agree with me, but overall it's still a really good album.
Cool. Alright, so guess that about wraps it up. I think we got like an average rating of about 7, 7.5. So yeah, good album altogether. That's it from us this week.
I'm Brendan,
I'm Liam.
And I'm Ross.
and we'll catch you guys next week.
When we do Shatter Me by Lindsay Sterling because she's awesome. And
Damn it, I wanted to do this stuff.
hey. We all review it. And then we
No.
mix the reviews. No, we're not gonna do that. No puns.
I was gonna say. This. Let's stop while we're behind.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. But yeah, Lindsay Sterling, Shatter Me, next week. We're gonna do that. So